Hello, welcome back. We have the third and final map here on Faceit TV between Epsilon and the Ninjas in Pyjamas. Can Epsilon actually take them out? Can NIP reassert their reputation, their dominance, and win it on Dust 2, the most classic of Counter-Strike maps?
Nip just won the knife round as well. What does this mean, Dan?
It means that they're going to start on the side that they want to start on.
What side is that, Dan?
Probably CT.
You looked, didn't you?
No.
He did. It looks like they're starting CT. So, what are your predictions for this map? Again, it's another open map, like Cash. I'm
round score predictions? Or
not round score, what do you predict from these two teams?
Alright, I'll give you my round score prediction. I'm going to go with 16-11. No, 16-10 for NIP.
Okay, I'm just going to be watching GMX all round, all game.
Why?
Because he
Don't
needs
put
to,
the pressure on him.
He needs to raise his game here.
Don't be like that.
needs
Why
to
you got to
be-
scrutinize? Why you got to single out one of the guys? He's just trying to play some CS. You're singling him out, James. It's not fair.
Because he's got to get in there with the team. He's got to get these frags. Otherwise, they're going to lose.
Don't put it all on GMX.
Well,
Maybe he's
it's
just
like-
a really good team player, James.
it's like, well, I mean, we saw some clear errors. That's a problem in the last map. So if he can cut those errors out, then they may be in with a chance. But also,
that's like the thing with the girls where you're like, oh, but she's got a great personality. It's like the thing with the CS is like, well, he's great at team play. That's like the equivalent, like backhanded compliment in CS.
hey, I'm not saying anyone's ugly.
I didn't say anyone's ugly either. What are you trying to
That's
say?
kind of your analogy with the girls there.
I have
Anyway.
plausible deniability. I didn't say that. You just implied that.
Moving swiftly on, away from Dan's madness.
You never be
We
far
should get
away
you
from
checked
it.
for Ebola, I think.
All right.
I had something interesting to say now. Oh, yes. Quickly, before we find any engagements here. Actually, never mind that. This is madness. Look at the radar. People running all over the place. And there's a huge build-up of Frenchmen on the short area. But speaking of short, the old Epsilon, the one we saw in our league last year. I'll get back to that in a second. Maikelele has stopped the split as long as securely in the hands of the Ninjas. And looking like a good cleanup so far. I don't think this bomb's going to go down. No, it's not. So when Epsilon played Dust 2 in our previous league, quite often we'd find that everyone would be dead on Epsilon and it would be FXio standing on his own with the AWP on short. And he would be playing far too passive during the round to really open up the CT side. And that's what we kind of often discovered. Now, curious to see if that's going to be the case now. Again, we've seen a more aggressive FXio today and yesterday. But is it going to continue on to Dust 2? That is the question.
Well, Biggie, I think, is looking to push out into middle. In fact, they are going to go out into middle. There is, of course, one player there to try to deal with it. It is Forrest, but he does get taken down here. Actually, going to leave the bomb up there as well in front of the B double doors. So it's not the best situation ever for the two remaining players for Epsilon. So NIP, despite losing Maikelele and Forrest, unless Scream actually does something dramatic here with this Tech 9, which he very well could do, and he's going to get the kill as well to Friberg. That is a FAMAS. And now, all of a sudden, thanks to Scream, this round is doable. But the bomb is still down outside, so how are they going to handle this one? There's the flash for a teammate. Great response there from Get Right, almost as if he knew exactly what was going to happen. Peeks out for the second kill, finishes off the round, and able to save that one and swap out the gun for Xizt to land him on the M4. So well saved by NIP there.
Disaster averted here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Going to see the AWP coming out for Maikelele in round 3. Ooh, bit of a haircut there for one of the French players. Scream on 9 HP. So a bit of a wall shot. Getting a shoot Biggie as well. And a second time, Maikelele hitting all the shots right now. That is not nice for Epsilon. 3 out of 3 and a kill. You can see Xizt with a hyper-aggressive position there. They can't push that smoke because he will kill them before they even know where they are. Aggressive positioning as well. Onto shot by Get Right, who's going to be in to assist Maikelele if these players get a bit too close. That nade! That was carnage. It was an eco, but it was still carnage.
All right, so Epsilon are going to have themselves the AWP now. We're on FXio. So let's see whether or not he's going to be able to actually use this effectively. Looks like he's going to go for the middle pick. Are we going to have middle? No, Maikelele is going to go towards
double AWPs.
Towards a long hit.
Double AWPs.
So Forest in at B.
Double AWPs.
Going to go for the back of plateau. So this is a good setup here for NIP. Already getting some damage onto GMX as he makes his way up to Cat. So there is a nice preemptive smoke there. GMX not going to get a peek. And this is always so difficult. Runs in front of the smoke. They wanted to go and commit heavy on this A split, but NIP with great grenades. Look at how well they're segmenting this rush from the French side. Epsilon, FXio still able to take the frag on to get, right? Trading back and forth. Now it's all on Scream against 2 players. He makes his way onto the site. That bomb is down on long though. Lots of work to do for the man Scream. So he's going to find the frag onto Friberg. One more in Forest. He's going to try to get himself on the angle on the bomb. There's Scream. Oh, he might just have hurt him, but Forest still gets the shot. Scream goes down, and NIP secure the round. That was a beautifully chaotic round.
Despite how many players Ninjas in Pyjamas just lost in that round, surviving with only 1 player, could have gone either way, I'm liking the double AWPing we're seeing from this team. Again, it's not something Forest has to do. He's very competent at it, as we've seen in the last map, but it's something they can turn on if they want to, and suddenly they turn into like a pre-vac Titan. You know, and that's
pre-vac,
and that is a very strong. The flexibility, like if you look at it before, they didn't have a dedicated AWPer. Now Maikelele is here essentially as a dedicated AWPer. They can turn it on to the point where they've got a double AWP set up, 2 very strong AWPs. So I mean, there is so much more dynamicness.
The other thing as well is
there's so much more dynamic.
Yes, there you go.
On the Swedish team.
But the other thing as well is that in the last NIP lineup, what we would see is that Forrest would often pick up the AWP on T side on Dust 2, and in certain situations where he's not necessarily playing like the hyper-aggressive AWP, but he's very, very good at playing defensive AWP. He's very, very good at like holding angles and actually just like popping someone straight away, just very consistently. So that's really, really cool to see now that he is able to be complemented by Maikelele, who is conversely the aggressive AWPer, which gives them the roundedness that they need. All the tools are there. It's like, you know, Batman's utility belt right now. That's what NIP have. They have all the options.
It's interesting that you compare it to a belt,
but Batman's amazing, and he has no superpowers. James, he's just some rich guy who's really smart, and he is always prepared for everything. Always.
So yeah, NIP they have a lot more. They are a lot more dynamic. They're a lot more fluid. They have a lot more options now. You can see that it kind of screams at you, just looking at the lineup on paper now.
A lot more. Like
I mean, again, like fifth Laren was capable of AWPing as well, as we saw before.
Yeah.
But like Maikelele he's the dedicated AWPer.
I mean,
so
Fifth Laren,
he's not like I can pick up an AWPer here or there, which is the same, you know, Fifth Laren or Forest. But
Fifth Laren wasn't like
the
he wasn't the aggressive AWPer.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't the aggressive.
He wasn't
AWPer.
the can opener.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why like I pretended to understand what that actually means. But
that was a very weird expression on your face. It's like I'm having a highbrow conversation. I'm going to say yes like this. GMX is AFK. Okay, apparently GMX is AFK. So what do you do with that?
He needed a moment, I guess.
He's AFK. Well, hopefully GMX
James, you want to explain what
shortly.
AFK means
maybe
for those?
Maybe away from keyboard, guys. It means away from keyboard. It's an acronym for away from keyboard.
Okay.
GMX is away from the keyboard. I can only imagine, A, he has a dog which is urinated on a carpet, or B, he's got a pizza arriving.
Or sushi. Sushi's pretty good as well.
I was playing a Faceit pug once.
I would leave anything for sushi.
I was playing a Faceit pug once, and the guys took like 2 minutes to ready up because they were eating pizza.
I ordered a pizza
They
once.
were eating pizza. It wasn't even a delivery. They were just all together in some kind of LAN or something, and they were eating pizza.
So I ordered a pizza once from one of these sites, and the pizza was like an hour and a half late, and I called them, but the first call didn't get free, and I called them like 30 minutes later, and it's an hour and a half now. And I'm like, hey guys, where is the pizza? I should have been here ages ago. And the guy said to me, it's like, oh, you know, your driver had an accident. Don't worry, your pizza's still warm. I was like, well, I'm not really. Is he all right? Like what? I found that very shocking.
That is a bizarre response, I must say.
Right? Like, it's just complete disregard for his colleague's life. It's just, oh, don't worry.
Sam Banks in a minute, don't worry,
we
guys.
sent another driver.
The pizza's still warm.
Pizza's still warm. But that's impressive because it was an hour and a half late. So
I think he was lying.
maybe he was bragging that they have the ability to keep it warm for that long. Because I don't know.
Wouldn't that be like a nuclear pizza?
Would explain how ridiculous I am most of the time. But I don't know. Either way, I found that very strange. And do we know what happened to GMX? Is he still AFK?
Maybe he's eating the pizza.
He's eating the pizza. That's taking this a step too far.
I think we're going to cut to a break, guys, while we wait for whatever issue he's having to be resolved. So bear with us, and we'll be
back
after these messages.
esportsbets.com, the service where gamers will bet real money on virtual events. Only here, the best odds and widest coverage of games from Dota 2 to Hearthstone. We have over 200,000 users registered. Join us. Prove that you are the best versed in esports. Who will get the first blood? Who will take the first Roshan? Who will win the knife round? Participate in the race of predictors and earn real money. The more bids, the more bonuses. Reward for your first deposit up to $600. esportsbets.com. Foresight, passion, and calculation.
Hello guys. We are trying to resume the match, Epsilon and NIP, on Dust 2, third and final map between these guys in Group A of StarSeries XII. However, I think, was it GMX? GMX, he spilled what only I can presume would be red wine over all of his computer.
Of course. Probably had a side.
It was a classy
Probably
gentleman.
had a side of Rock 4. Bit of Rock 4.
Rock 4.
Absolutely. Do you know what Rock 4 is?
No!
Man,
I totally do, James. What's Rock 4?
French,
Just for the viewers that don't know about what this is.
Rock 4 is cheese. It's French cheese.
Oh, really? Cheese? Fromage.
It's, yeah.
It's fromage. It is fromage.
It's fromage, but not fromage frais.
Fromage. We like all things French.
What about camembert?
Yeah, of course.
Have you had camembert though?
Probably at some point now. I think so. Yeah.
All right. We need to educate Dan on French things. Just
I'm quarter French, but looks like Friberg's going to pick himself up a double with the grenade. Very easily defended the B halls. Of course, you are witnessing currently what would appear to be an eco from Epsilon. A Tech 9 or 2 in the mix, but that's about it. Not much of an investment. So not much missed here. Biggie getting taken out in the back. Shot in the back there. So pretty sad story in this round for Epsilon, but nothing that wasn't expected.
So you're quarter French and you don't know what Rock 4 is?
Yeah.
You're about as French as prawn toast.
They like seafood in France. That might be a French thing.
Toast is not seafood, Dan.
No, prawns.
Do you know what toast is, Dan?
French people do great toast. French toast is brilliant. Either way, timing pick coming in from GMX. Going to be missing the shot, and we're seeing the double warping here from NIP. Forest and Maikelele. We aren't seeing aggressive positions, although Get Right is pretty close to these doors, moving very, very close indeed inside of the A-long house here. So very much ready for a flank as soon as action is spotted on the rest of the map. Perhaps if Xizt can spot some action on Catwalk where he is right now, but he's going to peek and see nothing initially, and that's going to get smoked off. I like this cat hold here from NIP, a bit of a mix-up from them.
Got that Molly coming in just to apply pressure. GMX still loitering with his knife out. Uh-oh. He hasn't checked the corner. Get Right. Is he going to knife him? He's going to knife him. Oh, he's just... Oh, Get Right. He's so smart. Just going to check for some data on the rest of the terrorist players. See if he can get additional frags. That man is an execution beast. And Effexio finds himself, like we said happened in the last year. Effexio finds himself the last man standing with the AWP. Normally on short, but this time going to be in mid. This is only one round though, but it's 6-0. I mean, it's not looking very good for Epsilon right now. So, I mean, maybe this is a recurring problem they have on Dust 2. Who knows, but they are going to get another buyout.
I've seen Epsilon have great games on Dust 2 and horrendous games on Dust 2. I mean, I haven't seen a huge amount of consistency, but you know that if they get the ball rolling, it can very well go their way. We already saw them explode in Inferno. Like, we know that they're capable of that. And it's such a classic map, so it's hard to predict Epsilon, I think, here.
Yeah, this is a more open map though, and it seems they are struggling against NIP on the open maps.
The AWPs are really cutting them to pieces here. Forest is doing an excellent job picking up another kill. It's bombing down in middle at the moment, as Epsilon are just trying to get that standard play into Cat. They just want the Cat control initially, but losing one man in the process. As you can see, Forest is looking at that angle. Did catch one already, but Maikelele is on the other side if they are to actually push Cat. If they go for the drop into middle, well, Forest is there with Xizt to annihilate them as well. Where does that leave them? Well, it leaves them with a spot where they have to take their life into their hands and then just go for it and try to just get a little bit lucky and try to hit those shots to get something going. Because right now they're one man down and they're running out of time.
Indeed, 4 AKs, all mid. /short, 35 seconds on the clock. Nowhere close to taking a bomb site right now. Biggie winning the duel though in the mid area, but still 25 seconds on the clock. They could plant for short here. Uzzziii taking a wide angle as GMX is going to run for the short plant. Going to go straight through onto the site, in fact. 15 seconds remaining now. Bomb still not down. Starting to be planted for Goose. Forest up close and personal with the AWP. He could definitely take out GMX, and that's exactly what he will do. It's a 3-on-3 retake now, as Forest tries to find the next frag. It's going to be Scream in the head. Biggie and Uzzziii remaining. They're going to fall quickly as well. And that's going to be a more than reasonable cleanup for Nip. They're going to have time to run and get that second AWP. Although, I think they probably should have just delayed that defuse a bit so they could get that second AWP. But just going to buy instead. Got money to spend, so
I think this is looking like
worried.
Forest's game, James, because you know what? Forest is hitting everything with his AWP. Maikelele is not really missing too much either.
Is this it now? Is it double AWP all the way for?
I think it should be.
I don't mean today, but I just mean generally speaking, like with this new lineup.
I guess it also depends on the opposing team also.
Absolutely. Styles make fights, as they say in the UFC.
But already Forest goes down straight away to FXIO. That's pretty nice there. And that's a great flash in for the entry, but Friberg gets the double spray down. That is massive there. NIP completely foiling the play into middle from Epsilon. It looked great. It looked so promising going in, but absolutely denied.
It's a double Ron Jeremy there.
And it's Ragnar Lothbrok, corrected on Twitter. Thank you, the avatar of Maikelele from Vikings, lead character from Vikings. Excellent show. But FXIO now in the pit position. Able to pick up the headshot onto Get Right. That's a good start. There's lots of time left. That's a 2-on-3 now. Only problem is that they know where he is, and they've likely spotted the bomb there also.
Well, judging by the positions of Friberg and I was going to say Extra Fry, Xizt, I don't think they have spotted the bomb at all. It's going to be GMX leading the charge now as well. Although this may be the giveaway since they know the AWP's there, so once they see GMX, they're going to have to figure that the bomb is in the same place. Flash coming in. GMX is going to start to push the site, but he can't see anything just yet. 25 seconds on the clock. Gets the massive frag on Maikelele. The bomb's up close and personal as well. He can get a plant here. They have the protection. He gets the frag, takes the duel on Xizt as well. 2-on-1 now. Molotov coming in. Going to force Friberg to push short. He has 32 HP up against 2. He's capable of doing it, but it's not going to be the case today. Going to slide down a slope, and Epsilon going to find themselves onto the scoreboard.
You were calling out GMX. FXIO got a pick onto the A site. He gave an opportunity to Epsilon, an opportunity that GMX did not waste. Brilliant play from him to make those frags. Took very confident peeks there and connected. Friberg now with initially looked like he was going to actually try to push through the double doors, but actually B was open for a while here, so...
GMX did deliver, but they still have a 6-round deficit on the T side here, so he's going to have to deliver more than once if Epsilon are to stay competitive in this final map of this best of 3. Currently 1-1, and this last map going in favor of NIP so far. Have a look at the economy, and you can see they have a little bit more money than the T side here, but these rounds are going back and forth, not many surviving from either team. And again, just very passive play here from Epsilon in the mid area, going to be smoked off. You're not going to want this clock to run down too far.
I think the weakness here is actually Maikelele on short, because Maikelele, okay, he has actually dropped down off of the short area. So short is actually very pushable right now. If they have the nades to deter Maikelele, who's on that position by Car, looking towards short. So the A-split could be a good call here, but they're actually going to get caught by Xizt over by middle, who does take up a kill. Biggie going huge with 2 frags on the entry into that mid push, and now Epsilon at the same time trying to push A from Long and Cat. Maikelele going in, great shot through the flash, and now GMX once more getting himself a key kill there onto Maikelele as they make their way up. But Forest has been on point thus far in this match. It's a 7-1 scoreline in favor of NIP. Epsilon have a great opportunity now to try to turn things around, but first they must get through Forest. He is making his way up now. This is a very unfavorable position for this AWP. Gets the shot though onto Scream, and there is the peak from GMX. Excellent play, and now the French side in with a chance to string back some momentum perhaps.
Okay, so a fair few rounds left in this half. You can see the money starting to dry up, the well starting to dry up there for Ninjas in Pyjamas. If they lose this round, that's a wrap. They've gone for the double AWPs as well. They are all in on this round. Maikelele peeking the mid area. Will he find a player in Suicide? Forest is going to be holding down long. Let's have a look at the positioning of the Terrors at the beginning of this round. We've got Uzzziii in the lower tunnel area. We've got Biggie. He was heading up towards B, but he's going to rotate all the way back through T spawn. So he's not going to be engaging for a while. Get Right is playing blue. Again, that's a position that you need to check as you start to emerge. See GMX, he's going for the... Wow, you see, he went for the pre-fire into the long corner, but manages to take down Get Right anyway. Now we have the flashes coming in that we're missing last time They pushed long, but it's still going to go the way of Xizt. Massive frags coming out there. They've seen the bomb as well. Only Efexio stands.
And then he
versus
goes.
3.
Do you think he can do this, James? He's got 2 more players to run into.
Look at the positioning of these 2 players. He can if he forces the issue one way or the other. Now, the longer he stands there, the lower his chances are going to be. That smoke may help, but Friberg could be the key player here. So that flash is going to tell them that he's further away.
Oh no, what's happening? Efexio can't find him. Oh my goodness. He had it. He could, that was so close. He got the bomb. He got the frag, he got the bomb. He got a 1-on-1. Maybe if he took one more step to the left there, I don't know, like he would have spotted the guy through the smoke. That was intense. 8-2 though, NIP dominant.
Yeah, I know that's something that Lurpis complains about, people getting lost in smokes, as you saw there. So, interested in other people's opinions on that. Maybe you can tweet at Faceit and tell us what you think of smokes at the moment. 8-2, as Dan said, 6-round deficit for Epsilon, and we have an aggressive push. Look how aggressive that push is from Forest.
That is Mike Tyson aggression. He's practically biting their ears off right now. He's so far into
I'm
the
not sure
tunnels.
if they saw Forest push, because look at Scream's position right now.
I don't think so either. But this is the brilliant thing, because Forest is pushed there. They have Friberg up on cap push. Forest, with that FAMAS, able to take quite a lot of damage to the French side here, as we do have Scream with the sad smiley face. The sad smiley face? It's a bit of a...
No, they're called smileys, right? That works.
I guess. Sad emoticon.
Turn that frown upside down. How's my singing? Anyway, 7 rounds now for Nip.
A bit of an oxymoron, though. A sad smiley face.
I don't particularly care. I'm sorry.
All right, then.
Only one round. Only one AWP afforded for the Swedish side.
Ragnar Lothbrok. He's a badass. That is a strong name. If I have a kid, I should name my kid
Lothbrok.
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Lothbrok. I think Lothbrok is even stronger.
Lothbrok. All right, well.
All the bricks.
It's like we're going to have a quick trade in here, which is going to make things a little bit interesting, because now NIP have to split up a little bit, and we can see basically a weak defense on B, just one player, a weak defense on middle, just one player. A is going to be a little bit more fortified. We do have long shut down by Xizt. We've got a player on the site there. So B could be pretty effective, and Epsilon are going to go for that. They've got to run into Maikelele, though. He's got a good position with that AWP, and they are going to lose a man and gain nothing from it. So that's NIP now taking the advantage. But it's still... Oh, we have the flank coming in from Xizt as well. Xizt might just end the round right now by himself. Here he goes. Spots a couple up top mid, and only gets one, but that's more than enough damage here, causing a distraction, allowing Forest to come in from the back from mid to find both players who are remaining, leaving only GMX again. That bomb placed precariously on top of the Xbox. And there it is. 10-2, NIP exploding with this CT half. They are playing excellently. It's been great to witness their double AWP setup. It's been a lot of fun to see how well Forest has been doing.
You can see they're buying it at every opportunity as well. This is definitely... Well, I mean, at least in this particular matchup, this is the thing that's working for them, and if it's not broken, then don't fix it, baby.
Oh, yes, the push.
Oh, wow, the LDLC style.
Yeah, when you know that they aren't AWPing down and you know they didn't see him, might as well take
They are buying what LDLC are selling.
But if he knows that there's no one there, it's very likely that it's going to be action on long. Because he knows they're not trying to take mid.
He was there for such a long time as well. He's only just rotated back through double doors here.
It's pretty obvious, I think, from Maikelele's position. It is madness. It's chaos. It's a graveyard over at long. But 3 players do make it out of there, and they pick up an M4 onto Scream. NIP trying to contain the situation here.
See Forest just keeping an eye on mid, which will allow 3 players to remain on the A site for the time being. We've got the double boost coming out right now. Super Mario Brothers going on. There's a lot of damage actually onto the Nip side here, as we get a camera zooming.
I love that. It like zoomed onto him just as he hit the ground. That was really cool, actually. I like that. I like that.
So this map looking quite similar to the last one. It looks like Nip have found the solution to Epsilon in open maps, because they are not getting a look in right now. These double AWPs bashing the French players on the head right now. Maikelele not getting a connection there. But I mean, he has been absolutely savage.
It's almost for the first map they forgot their NIP, and then the second map they're like, oh yeah, we're NIP, right? Right, we wreck people. So Epsilon trying to find a way in once again. Looking at the setup right now for NIP, it's pretty standard, pretty passive at the moment.
I don't think we've really seen that much mid pressure on the AWP, because I have to expect that the AWP's playing solo in mid. But we haven't really seen like any team pushes through mid, trying to go mid to B maybe. Excellent. There is some pressure there from Xizt as he shoots Maikelele in the dome. It's going to scalp him. What are they going to do with this pressure? You can see Uzzziii setting up for some kind of smoke here. I think this might be the short smoke.
So the interesting thing here is that they know that NIP have to reposition a little bit after losing the guy in middle, to make sure that middle's not too weak, make sure P's not too weak. The cat drop can come in here. Pressure on A into the cat drop is a very strong option. See Friberg falling back into the B side after losing a teammate in middle. He's got to stay strong on that position now. This gives Epsilon every single chance to win this round. Now they got a huge advantage.
When are they going to push though? 25 seconds remaining now. They need to get this bomb down. They've got the A slope smoke as well, which takes off the car position and a lot more. Forest still putting in work from CT spawn, but they know where he is now. Still one unknown. That's going to be Friberg. He is going mid to short right now. So 4 versus 2. See if they're going to go for this. Indeed they are.
Here's Friberg up, taking all the positions, going to meet himself and Xizt. And Friberg is, Forest, and Friberg is now going to pick up the AWP. Get eliminated at Epsilon with a very nice round there. I mean, it all started off of the back of that pick from Xizt in middle, which, you know, you were saying that perhaps middle was not really being exploited or scouted out as much as it could be. We do see a lot of teams that do try to remove the AWPer from middle and find entries there. But as you so rightly pointed out, we haven't seen that a lot here. It's a nice flick there from Maikelele, though, onto Xizt. That's going to put Epsilon in a precarious spot now.
Yeah, that's pretty much a signal as to how these last 2 maps have gone for Epsilon. And they've given themselves a glimmer of hope here with 3 rounds. But I mean, on the T side of Dust 2, normally you want a lot more than that. Now, money looking tight for the CTs here. So while Epsilon have a man deficit, the potential is still there. And now you're seeing the mid push coming in, try to clean up, but it's not going to happen. Friberg getting a bit of a dink there, down to 19 HP, but is going to survive. So still the 1-man advantage. Make that 2 as Maikelele takes down GMX. You can see the T's all thinned out now, thinned out and spread out as Biggie starts to push short. Going to see two people on, push B. 2 people on short. We'll take down Uzzziii and Scream. At least he has the bomb, but he's up against 5 here. Not looking good at all. He knows he's getting sprayed down through the doors, so he's not gonna allow himself to be distracted. Gets the shot onto short as well. Bomb plant looks good for the Frenchman.
So Scream with 15 health, going to put himself in a 1-on-3. There's a player jumping to spot his position, and the barrel's not going to give him the cover he needs.
Is Scream French or Belgian? I feel like he's Belgian.
Yeah.
He is indeed Belgian. Excuse me.
That was a pretty nuts round there. I mean, NIP didn't have the best buy in the world either. But yeah, I mean, the mid pushing is really interesting, and you see a lot of teams do this. And NIP do this really well also. Usually Friberg is the point man there, where you'll just try to get him to edge out, because you want to see if the setup is like with having a crossfire with a guy in CT and a guy, you know, on the slope on the left. Because if you see that setup, you know that doing the mid to B is really difficult, because they've got good crossfire. You know, maybe you can get a pick if you get the right flashes from your teammates. You can get some info into their positions, and that's going to tell you, okay, maybe where they're positioned on the A. So you know there's going to be a guy long. So then all of a sudden you have a situation where maybe the A push is more favorable. So it's about information gathering and potential for finding picks also. But we didn't see mid exploited all that much. But I'll stop blathering on as we do have the pistol coming in. It's like Long is taking over straight away here for NIP.
Rotation has come in from Epsilon. They've left the B bomb site immediately. Getting right again, just in that flanking position. Going to stop the Epsilon players from pushing short. Going to be a bit of a battle here, and GMX will eventually win it with all of 13 HP. Bomb not down yet. It is indeed in the back of Long. And flank coming in from FXio, but he's only got 2 HP. Going to have to run for his life. He's going to get hounded by the Swedish players. They're going to take him out. So it's going to make it 4 versus 4 right now. But 2 of the Epsilon players are 1 tap away from leaving this pistol round. So they're going to have to be careful about the angles they hold. You can see Scream just playing the short area. Can retreat to the box if he needs to. But things are going to slow down in this pistol round.
Scream around the Gandalf position.
You just love saying that, don't you?
Dude, it's amazing.
If only you could see him looking at me as he says that with glee on his face.
Oh, yeah.
Now, things looking really bad for Epsilon in this pistol.
Yeah.
I think
4 on 2. They don't even have Scream alive. It's sad times.
Okay, we've got 2 people on short here. So Nip, Xizt, and Maikelele. Maikelele going to be engaging while Xizt just has the sneaky position in case splashes come in. Will support. Oh, he was going to have a knife from Forest as well. That's just dirty and demoralizing. Looking at the frags here for Epsilon, now we find GMX at the top of the leaderboard, which is probably not a good sign considering he's the in-game leader. Uzzziii with only 2 frags. So, yeah, some other people dropping the ball here for the French team. This has been a very strong showing for Nip after that shaky first game.
It shows Epsilon with no weapons. That's amazing. Let's fix that. There we go. There we are. Epsilon trying to hold on here. The push coming in from NIP. And it looks pretty easy. That's an awesome wallbang. I think that was like a 1-tap headshot there through the wall, through the double crate. It's a very nice job done by NIP, who are on pace for a very fast third map. Very convincing one as well. Which, considering the way that this series started out, is absolutely surprising. FXio did pick himself up at Galil, so that's something he's going to hide in the corner with. It's almost like Golem with the Run Ring, just sitting there, trying to protect his precious Galil. And NIP slowly scouting out the map.
If you're Epsilon, what are you thinking right now?
Well, life sucks. Life sucks. I mean, what do you mean there? I mean, like they're in an insanely terrible position. Like,
absolutely. Like, what's the plan here? Because it's not over till it's over, right?
The plan is always just to take it round for round. You're given a set of like variables, like your money and what you know about the opposing team, and what you know about playing CT, and what you know about playing, together and as a team in your rehearsal on this map. So you play within those variables round by round. You just do the best that you can. But when Maikelele's picking up headshots with a USP through the smoke, yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, there's not much to do.
That hurts, especially because they didn't buy helmets. They cut in the corner there with no helmets. So Maikelele rolling in with a USP, almost like an AK, and we've got NIP cleaning up house, looking to swiftly move on to match point, rather, as we do have 2 players left for Epsilon. Is he just gonna stay, out of harm's way over by the B bomb site? And FXio does not like this one bit.
Yeah, difficult times here for Epsilon, but again, rich data to learn from. It was a good showing to start out on the first map, but again, once they got to more open maps, they just got completely dominated. So, holes to patch between now and their next match.
Here we go. They're looking for the frags there. That's actually awesome that they managed to get that little distraction going there for Uzzziii to pick up the kill. Are they going to survive here? 5 health, 2 health. Okay, 1 will go down. NIP 15, Epsilon 3. And what once seemed oh so glorious, Epsilon's Inferno has now turned into something completely different. But they are up against NIP. And Maikelele is still rolling with the AWP. Going for the push in here towards the B site. Gets denied by the smoke grenades. As we do see Maikelele still just spotting in middle, and Get Right looking towards Cat and A-Long. Just keeping hold of the major positions here, so they have that map control, so they have the access towards Catwalk here. You can see the smoke going down on double doors, and the flash going through, and Friberg's often the man that is going to try to make the entry on Cat or onto middle. Here we are. And well, unless there's an AWP in front of him, which is the exception usually that I see, but Epsilon just waiting for the move from NIP right now. NIP is still in information gathering mode here. They want to find out where where Epsilon are playing from. Epsilon's A defense is not so tight right now. NIP just have to work it out. If Friberg can bait out some grenades, he might be able to extrapolate where the players are playing from, which is going to give him an edge on some of these aim duels. Here it is now, Friberg trying to work the entries. So we do have him moving very far forward now, up through to the Gandalf position, throws over the smoked car there, and here it is, might just get his team up on Catwalk. Friberg opening up the opportunity for his team to take the round and the match. Here it is, trying to just work that frag, but no, denied. Great headshot there from Scream. Scream with another one. In comes Get Right on the flank towards Cat. So 2-on-2, Epsilon, maybe, just maybe, they can save this one. The bomb is down, Maikelele with a shot onto Scream. Now there is Uzzziii. There is only Uzzziii between Epsilon and utter defeat. As he makes his way around, gets the frag onto Maikelele. That's a one-on-one, but Get Right takes the shot. Excellent play there from NIP. Very convincing. Couple maps there. Cash and Dust 2. Got to give credit to Epsilon for a wonderful performance on Inferno, but NIP, they came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, they're looking really, really strong. And those double ults just worked absolute wonders there. They completely exploited Epsilon there. Epsilon had no answer across 2 maps. The same thing happening, basically 2 open maps. It just got absolutely dominated. Not sure what else to say there, really.
No, that's pretty much it, I think. Well then, I guess that brings us to the end of the show. Anything you want to say, James, before we scurry off?
Nope.
All right then. Well, ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. Again here, we're going to have so much more CS.
We'll be back tomorrow,
coming.
right?
Yes, we'll be back tomorrow. I had to think then.
That's what I
but the thing is, it's funny, is that I shouldn't have to think because we're pretty much live constantly now, right? So
it's almost every day, yeah.
Almost every day. So guys, follow the channel if you want to get notified when we go live, but we'll be going live on Face TV with extreme amounts of Counter-Strike. If that's what you like, this is the place to be. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this show. That's all from me and James for tonight here on Face TV. Have a great evening.